An epic twist is unfolding in L.A. A legendary Slugger could be swinging back into Dodger blue in what might be one of the most jaw-dropping trades in franchise history. Sources say talks are heating up, and the deal is teetering on the edge of the sensational. If it's real, expect seismic shifts in the lineup, fresh offensive electricity, and a dramatic morale boost just when it matters most. But is it too good to be true? Is this high-risk brilliance or franchise-defining genius? We're peeling back every layer from the trade mechanics to roster impact, clubhouse chemistry, and championship ambition. Get ready, the full story could change everything. Before we dive into this blockbuster development that has the baseball world buzzing, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for all the latest Dodgers news, trade rumors, and game-breaking updates. You're not going to want to miss what we're about to unpack because this could be one of the biggest reunion stories in modern baseball history. So, let's get right into it. The rumor mill is going wild, and it's pointing directly toward a potential shocker that no one saw coming. Cody Bellinger, yes, the former NL MVP, former Dodgers hero, and now Cubs star is once again being linked to the Los Angeles Dodgers in what insiders are calling a potential historic trade or late-season signing that could reshape the National League playoff picture. Now just pause for a second and think about that. Bellinger, the same player who rose to stardom in Dodger blue, who went from Rookie of the Year to MVP to World Series champion, could be suiting up once again for LA. That's not just a trade rumor, that's a potential Hollywood script in the making. What's driving this story into the spotlight is a swirl of reports from league insiders, scouts, and front office whispers that suggest the Dodgers are aggressively exploring outfield reinforcements before the trade deadline, and Bellinger's name has popped up repeatedly in those conversations. While some might brush this off as just smoke without fire, sources close to both the Cubs and Dodgers front offices say that conversations have either already started or are imminent, and the mutual interest is very, very real. Let's back up a bit and unpack how we even got here. Cody Bellinger left the Dodgers in 2022 after a rough stretch of seasons. Injuries, inconsistent performance, and rising young talent made his spot in LA uncertain, and the team ultimately chose not to tender him a contract. He found a new home in Chicago, where he surprised everyone with a huge bounce-back season, proving that he still had that MVP-caliber swing, that elite defensive glove, and the same game-changing impact that made him a Dodgers legend in the first place. The Cubs, of course, benefited from that resurgence, re-signing him to a short-term deal that allowed both sides some flexibility. But here's the catch: the Cubs are not where they thought they'd be. Hovering in the middle of the standings, struggling to put together a consistent run, and facing the reality of either reloading for the future or going all in with a roster that's barely playoff caliber. That's where the Dodgers come in. Los Angeles, sitting atop the NL West, is in full championship mode. This team isn't just aiming for another division title, they're pushing all in for another World Series ring. And what better way to supercharge that mission than to bring back a familiar face with unfinished business? From the Dodgers' perspective, Bellinger makes sense in so many ways. He's a left-handed bat with postseason experience, a Gold Glove caliber outfielder, and someone who knows the pressure of playing under the bright lights of LA. Even more, he could offer a perfect fit alongside Mookie Betts, Teoscar Hernandez, and James Outman, especially with some of the outfield depth being tested due to injuries and inconsistent performance. Sources inside the Dodgers organization have hinted that the team's front office, led by Andrew Friedman, has had internal discussions about Bellinger for weeks now. These talks accelerated once it became clear that the Cubs might become sellers at the deadline. Now, while no official offer has been confirmed, multiple reports suggest that the Dodgers are preparing a trade package that could include a mix of prospects and mid-level talent. Think about some of the arms in their farm system, or perhaps even a major league-ready piece. And when you add in Bellinger's current contract structure, he has opt-outs that allow for flexibility. It becomes even easier to see how the Dodgers could pull this off without wrecking their future. But let's talk about the emotional and symbolic impact of this potential reunion. Dodgers fans have never truly let go of Bellinger. Even during his struggles, the connection he had with the fanbase was undeniable. He was electric, charismatic, and when he was hot, nearly unstoppable. His game-winning moments, clutch postseason performances, and even the way he carried himself made him a fan favorite. A return to LA wouldn't just be about baseball, it would be about redemption, about closure, and about rewriting a narrative that ended too soon. And for Bellinger? There's little doubt he still feels a deep connection to the Dodgers organization. His roots in LA run deep. His breakout moments, his MVP season, his World Series title, it all happened in Dodger blue. Returning would give him a chance to rekindle that magic and perhaps finish what he started, not as an outsider, but as a hero coming home. Now let's look at the potential impact on the lineup. If Bellinger joins the Dodgers, he could slot into center field or left field, giving the team some serious flexibility. His left-handed power would add a new dynamic to a lineup that already features some of the league's biggest names. Imagine Betts, Freeman, Ohtani, Hernandez, and Bellinger all hitting in the same lineup. That's not just elite, that's nightmare fuel for opposing pitchers. It also adds a layer of depth that becomes crucial in October. Remember, postseason success isn't just about talent, it's about matchups, platoons, late-game switches, and having options when injuries inevitably hit. Bellinger gives the Dodgers a major weapon in that department. From the Cubs' point of view, dealing Bellinger would be a tough sell to fans, but it might be the smart long-term move. They can flip him for assets, restock the farm, and position themselves better for 2026 and beyond. And if Bellinger does leave in free agency, they risk getting nothing in return. Trading him now, especially when his value is high, might be their best option even if it stings. So, where does this go from here? The trade deadline is fast approaching, and the Dodgers are not a team that sits still. They've made huge moves in the past, remember Mookie Betts, Tree Turner, Max Scherzer, and they're known for pulling off headline-grabbing deals at the last moment. This one might just be the next chapter in that saga. The front office is weighing the pros and cons. Is the price worth it? Can Bellinger fit back into the clubhouse culture? Will his return disrupt the rhythm of a team already in sync? Or will it elevate them into another gear, one that could power them past the Braves, Phillies, and whoever else stands in their way? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure, the buzz is real, the interest is mutual, and the Dodgers are watching closely. Cody Bellinger returning to LA would be one of the most talked about moves in baseball this year, not just for what it means on the field, but for what it symbolizes off of it. And whether it happens tomorrow, next week, or in the off-season, the door appears to be wide open for a reunion that once seemed impossible. Baseball, after all, is a game of second chances, of comebacks, and of stories that feel too perfect to be real until they are. So Dodgers fans, what do you think? Should the team make the move and bring Belly back? Is this the piece that could put them over the top in the postseason? Or should they look elsewhere and let the past stay in the past? Let us know your thoughts down in the comments, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more Dodgers news, trade alerts, and insider updates as we get closer to the deadline. Things are heating up in LA, and this Bellinger story might just be the spark that lights the fire. Stay tuned, because this ride isn't over yet.